Press. And Jeff is here. Hey, Jeff, how are you, sir?
Good, Steve. How are you doing today?
I'm fine. Thanks for rejoining us. Yesterday we had a bunch of false alarms. We had the false alarm where various members of the media at various outlets said that police sources told them there was an arrest in the Boston Marathon case. Then we had the backtrack of the Justice Department and the Boston Police. Everybody said no. We found out yesterday that we have the video from Lord and Taylor, which has led to them identifying people that they want, people that might be called suspects. They have the pictures of them. There was a 5 o'clock presser from the FBI that was postponed till 8 Eastern. Then it was canceled at 8 Eastern. And here we are today. We still don't have a presser. We have no information. Let me ask you this. If, in fact, they don't have anybody in custody, if, in fact, those pictures, which, by the way, are all over the Internet, I mean, you could find all these pictures, and they don't have these people, and they don't know where they are, then why haven't they plastered the picture and put out an APB for everybody to help in the search? I mean, that means the public. So it's a lot of questions, a lot there. Go ahead.
Well, I don't know where to start. I'll start with your last question.
Yeah.
Regarding the pictures, it's my thought. It was my thought going into today that they want to see if they can figure out who they are before they release it to the public, because then they might have a chance to arrest them or prevent them from doing anything to escape or. All right,
but let me stop you there, and that, not to be rude, but don't the suspects know that they're the people who did it? And now that they can first look on the Internet, and I mean, they've got to be Internet savvy, see if they are the ones in the pictures. And even if they're not the ones in the pictures on the Internet, now that they know there's other video, now that they know if they did plant the backpacks, now they know they got pictures of people planting the backpacks, so they already know that they're wanted.
Well, especially given the fact that they're on the Internet, as you say.
Right.
So, yeah, they already know. And I'm not sure, based today, as we sit and talk today, I am not sure why the FBI is not making the pictures public, given all that you've just described. Yesterday, I can understand it, try to get the leg up. You don't want to go into a booby-trapped house. If you know who the person is, give them a chance to do that. You got to do reaction is always faster, slower than action. So you don't want to fall into a trap. So that's why you want to get the dime on them. But now, so much time has passed. Pictures on the Internet. Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's any reason to withhold those pictures at this point.
All right. I mean, so that answers that question. But, of course, we still are scratching our heads collectively, you and I, and along with other people, saying, well, what is going on here? I mean, they've released a picture of the bomb, the pressure cooker, the cover that has the little manufacturer's information on it, et cetera. I'm afraid. I'm afraid that. Well, let's go back in the questions, in the sequence of questions, whether or not I'm backtracking specifically or not, I don't know. But why do you believe, or how could it be, and there's nobody better to ask than you, that CNN, John King talked to his law enforcement sources. Fran Townsend, former Homeland Security, she talked to her law enforcement sources. AP confirmed through a law enforcement source, and Fox News the same. They all said a suspect was under arrest. Now, are they playing word games with us? Is it possible they have somebody in custody, or that they're keeping and haven't arrested yet, holding for questioning, and it's all a matter of semantics? Or did this law enforcement source or sources all make it up or get it wrong?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to believe at this point in time. There's so much misinformation has come out about this. So to answer that question, I would say it's unlikely they have someone in custody. If they have someone in custody, you have to bring them to a court, unless you're labeling them an enemy combatant.
Which this administration would never do.
Okay, so given the fact that you've arrested somebody, they got to be in court. You got very quickly get them into court. Our Constitution guarantees us the right to due process. So there's nobody's in custody. Right. I don't believe. Now, with regard to the leaks, Steve, I just think someone's got some bad sources of information. And here's what I think may have happened yesterday. Yeah. This might be the simplest solution. We've got hundreds, dozens of different agencies, 40 or so agencies, I think, working on this case. And information comes out in these command posts. I think someone, has wanted to get the information out to help the media, for whatever reason, maybe more than one person. They heard about an arrest. Maybe they misunderstood the arrest being the arrest of the guy down in Mississippi who was responsible for the ricin. That happens all the time. People mistake information. That could be an explanation.
Okay.
And then That's one possibility. The other possibility is the person just got it flat out wrong. And I really blame the media just a little bit here for this irresponsible reporting. I mean, you got to verify this information. And I'm in an airport yesterday, and people are gathered around the TV,
right,
and everyone's like so happy. Oh, they got somebody underwriting it, and then they come back and say, "No, we don't after all,"
right,
and they cancel the press conferences. And the media is losing credibility. The FBI is losing credibility too, because they're not coming out and saying something. And I don't want the SAC, the agent in charge of Boston, to be out there every day. Get a spokesman out there. Say, hey, this is what we're doing right now. We can't tell you this. Here's why. We'll be back in 2 hours and give you an update.
No,
even if there's nothing new.
I'm with you. We're talking to Jeff Lanza, for a retired FBI agent here on the Steve Malzberg Show. I'm getting worried. And Steve Emerson, who is going to join us a little bit later, he was with us the other day, and last night he broke some news that the Saudi person of interest, or the one who was in the hospital, you know who I'm talking about. I'm so sick of tiptoeing around everything. Like the media, when they talk about the possibility of it being a right-winger, that's fine. But when they talk about the Saudi or a foreigner or someone who looks foreign, it's like, oh, we have to be careful. But anyway, supposedly this guy's going to be deported next week.
Yeah.
And then if you want a real conspiracy theory, the president, it wasn't on his schedule. He met with one of the Saudi princes who was at the White House yesterday, meeting completely with someone else. He stopped in to say hello. What's going on with that? Why would they deport him for security reasons? If he's a security threat and he was there, I mean, why not just keep holding the guy? I don't get the whole thing.
Well, I would imagine what happened there was this guy came under some suspicion. It was checked out. He's not connected to the bombing. Again, all pure supposition right now on my part. But they had something else going on, which made him a security risk. That was uncovered during the investigation of the bombing, and they couldn't tie him to the bombing. Can't hold him for that. But now we have enough to deport him, and that's probably what's going on with that. My guess.
All right. Well, let me finish up with you, Jeff. You've been very generous with your time. This explosion at the fertilizer plant in West Texas, killing somewhere between 5 and 15 people at least, and leaving more than 160 others wounded. The date. It's spooky. And by the way, if you go back to April 16th of 1947, there was a huge explosion in a Texas City, Texas, also involving fertilizer. This involves fertilizer. I'm not saying there's any connection to the ricin, and there's no connection to the Marathon bombing, but we have no way of knowing. I don't think they've established yet whether or not this was intentionally done in West Texas, or it was an accident.
Well, it leads one to believe it's probably an accident, given the nature of fertilizer plants and the volatile materials and so forth. But they do have to come out and say that, Steve. You're right. But as far as a target of terrorism, I would say that'd be the last place terrorists would want to attack. So I don't think it would tie into any kind of terrorist act. Obviously, there's a very, very high probability it is an accident, and then you go through and figure that out, and then we'll let us know for sure.
Hey, Jeff, thank you. I hope you'll let us call on you again, and maybe we'll have some answers, soon.
I hope so, Steve.
All right, thank you very much. Jeff Lanza, ladies and gentlemen, retired FBI agent and author of Pistols to Press.